What is going on, everybody? ZyoniK here, and in today's video we're going to check out my Holiday Cup battles coming back from holidays. As you guys have noticed, I haven't made any videos the past couple days as I took some time off with the family for the holiday season. Hope you guys had a good holiday as well. But this team right here was actually made by one of my patrons, Soterror. So shout out to that battler. Thank you for making this for us. And I decided to give it a run myself. It's Venusaur, Alolan, Graveler, and Lapras. All Pokemon that I have access to. Very straightforward team. Now Venusaur as well is Shadow. If you guys don't have Shadow, just use normal Venusaur. If you have Shadow Lapras, use Shadow Lapras, right? The team comp is very strong. So let me know what you guys think about this team and these battles, and let's go ahead and get right into it. Alright, getting into the first battle here, we have Venusaur versus Galvantula on the lead. A very tough lead right here as Lunge is going to be doing quite a bit of damage to us. So we got to be careful. I'm hoping I can get this Frenzy Plant off, but I cannot. So I'm going to have to shield the Lunge right here. And then we're going to look to potentially go into Alolan Graveler to catch the charge move after the Frenzy Plant. So we're going to go ahead, throw this Frenzy Plant right here. It's going to be resisted, but it still does a decent amount of damage. We do get a shield as well. So since I got a shield, I'm going to go ahead and just go straight into the Graveler to get ahead on energy. Now, Lunge coming through is going to do quite a bit of neutral damage here to Alolan Graveler. It hurts, but I need to save shields for Lapras in the back. And we do see that a Jellicent comes in, which is beautiful. We can go straight for Stone Edge. I don't think I'm going to be able to get to 2 Rock Blasts in time, so I'm just going to go straight for the Stone Edge, which does quite a bit of neutral damage, which is perfectly fine for us. So we're going to go ahead, come in with Venusaur right here. I will have to give up a shield, especially if they do one more bubble right here, which I think they do, yeah. So this could potentially be an Ice Beam or a Shadow Ball, so I'm going to go ahead and shield. If it's Bubble Beam, so be it. But we're going to shield and we're going to farm down. Now, thankfully, it was a Shadow Ball, which means we can farm down. Now we have a lot of loaded energy. We need to be careful for what is in the back. It's going to be a Talonflame, so things are not looking good. We're going to go ahead and go for Sludge Bomb, though, as this does quite a bit of neutral damage, and it gets the final shield, so we're going to go ahead and go into Lapras. Now, they decide to swap back into Galvantula, and the Galvantula already threw its energy before, which means it can't throw a charge move right now. So this Surf right here is going to be doing enough neutral damage to take it out. We will see Talonflame come back in. And the only way Talonflame can take me out right here is if it throws a Brave Bird. If it doesn't and goes for Flame Charge, we're going to be looking very good. And they threw the Brave Bird, so boom, they take me out. But because of the Brave Bird, I will be able to get to this Sludge Bomb in time, basically one turn ahead, in order to do neutral damage from a Shadow Venusaur. Boom, right back at it. And that is going to be a good game, very well played to my opponent. Alright, moving to the next one, we have Alolan Graveler on the lead, which is a pretty strong lead for us. Now, they do swap into an Obstagoon, which is obviously not the best matchup for our Pokemon in the back, so we're going to have to stay in here with Venusaur. We're also going to let the first Night Slash go through. It doesn't do too much neutral damage right there, but what I want to try to do is set myself up with shield advantage, because Lapras with Surf or Alolan Graveler in the mirror fight with shield advantage does very well. So hopefully we can get to one more Frenzy Plant in time, but they go ahead and throw the next Night Slash. So we're going to have to shield right here. I want to take this into the ones or get a 1-0 advantage, both of which I think would be an okay situation for us to try to recover from. Now, I'm also going to overfarm just a bit right there in case they do decide to come back in with Alolan Graveler. So we'll throw the next Frenzy Plant. We take out the Obstagoon, which is beautiful. Let's see what they decide to come back in with. I wouldn't be surprised if they come in with Alolan Graveler, as we are quite low. But they come in with Trevenant, so we're going to have to swap into Lapras right away. And we now draw out the Alolan Graveler, so we're going to go ahead and go for the Surf right away. Put a lot of pressure. But Trevenant, you guys know, it's got Shadow Claw and Seed Bomb, so things are not looking good. It definitely core breaks our Venusaur, Alolan Graveler combo right here. So we're going to go ahead, and I believe I decided to let this go. We're going to let it go. We survive, and thankfully it was a Rock Blast, and hopefully we can get to this Surf in time. We cannot. They're going to go ahead and throw the next charge move now. The only way I can win this is if I keep the shield for my Alolan Graveler in order to try to get off a Stone Edge, which does do neutral damage to Trevenant. So we're going to come in with Venusaur right here. I'm going to go ahead and go for this Frenzy Plant, I should say. Not the Sludge Bomb, the Frenzy Plant. For super effective damage, we're going to take out the Alolan Graveler with a beautiful boom. And then we're going to come in to the Graveler versus Trevenant fight right here. And I just need to get to this Stone Edge in time. So We're going to have to shield, right? Seed Bomb will do super effective damage. Hopefully they don't have two. We hit Stone Edge, but it's a CMP tie right here. So this Seed Bomb now is going to be taking us out. So that is going to be a good game. No, it's not! Alolan Graveler hangs on with 1 HP and a Dream. Gets the Stone Edge off. Boom! Takes out the tree. And that is going to be a good game. Very well played. All right, moving to the next one, we got Talonflame on the lead. Obviously, a very tough lead for us. We're going to go ahead and swap into that Lapras, get ahead on energy. Now, they're deciding to stay in, which means I'm going to be able to sneak this Surf in very quickly and get that shield advantage. Now, because they're staying in, this likely means they're going to go for a Brave Bird right here. But I'm going to go ahead and let it go, as I think a Alolan Graveler Venusaur with 2 shields is going to do a bit better. It was a Brave Bird, which is unfortunate, and they do come in with Obstagoon as well to farm down. Now, Venusaur, we saw this matchup earlier, Venusaur versus Obstagoon. Still a decent matchup for us, especially since we have 2 shields right here. So we're going to go ahead and I believe I let that first Night Slash go through. Yeah, we're going to let the first one go through. We're going to try to get to that Frenzy Plant as quickly as we can because our switch clock is coming up. I do not want to have to shield a Night Slash. I want to take this Obstagoon out right away, and then their Talonflame is going to be locked in. So we take out the Obstagoon, Talonflame comes back in, Graveler swaps in right away to start farming down this Talonflame, and I'm going to go for the full farm down right here, as I don't know what they have in the back, but I think I can fully Volt Switch down. So we do shield the Flame Charge right there, just in case it was a Brave Bird. Yes, it would have been resisted. There's a Skarmory in the back, so it doesn't matter. Brave Bird would have been resisted, right, because of our electric typing, but I didn't want to take any extra damage, especially since I was in a 2 shield to 1 shield situation right here. So we're now going to go for the Stone Edge here to take out the Skarmory, and that is looking to be a good game, very well played, as we can just fully farm down right here. So good game to my opponent, but Alolan Graveler completely breaks apart the core of Skarmory and Talonflame. All right, moving to the next one, we have Venusaur versus Vigoroth. They swap into Froslass, so we're going to go ahead and go into the Graveler right now. Graveler has a decent matchup here against Froslass because we are doing quite a bit of neutral damage here with these Volt Switches, as well as having super effective damage with Rock Blast, which is definitely going to boom it out of the sky if they decide to let it go. So we're going to go ahead, throw the first Rock Blast right here. They do let it go, so we do basically boom it out of the sky, and we farm down. Now, Vigoroth is going to come back in, and it's actually going to get quite a bit of energy right here, so things are going to get a little dangerous, especially since they have 2 shields. What we're going to do here is we're just going to load up on energy. We're going to go for a Rock Blast. Now, I should have just gone straight for Stone Edge to really try to force that shield from my opponent and get the health, but they let the Rock Blast go through, which is okay. I should be able to get to another one in time. This is where I really hope I get a shield right here, because that's what we really need in order for Lapras to go, but they don't, so I'm going to be forced now to switch into my Venusaur. Venusaur gets swapped into by Talonflame, which is unfortunate, but I think I can get to 2 charge moves right here and really force both shields from my opponent, as Lapras has an opportunity to win this game. So we do get to 1 Frenzy Plant. We do get to a Sludge Bomb now. This is going to be beautiful. It is going to get the final shield here from the Talonflame, which it does. And they're going to go ahead and farm me down. Rightfully so. This Talonflame is absolutely loaded on energy. So we need to be very careful with how we decide to shield right here. I'm going to bring in the Lapras, and we're going to look to no-shield the first charge move, as Talonflame will most likely, statistically speaking, go for a Flame Charge, 50-50 chance. And it is a Flame Charge, so that is beautiful. I will now shield the next charge move. I tried to swap to catch it, as I think it is going to be a Brave Bird right here, so I will shield. It is the Brave Bird, and I'm swapping right away into a Alolan Graveler to catch the charge move from Vigoroth, as you could see it coming a mile away that they would swap in for the Body Slam. So they do take me out with Body Slam, which is beautiful. I'm going to come in with Lapras and farm down with Ice Shard, as 1, maybe 2 more Ice Shards should be enough to take out the Vigoroth right here. But we get the white ball of Go Battle Lag. Now, Lapras was able to farm it down. Granted, it was like 1 fast move away, and Talonflame comes back in to eat a Surf, so that is going to be a good game. Very well played to my opponent right there. I don't know if they had another charge move. I don't think they did, but good game. All right. Moving next one, we have Sableye on the lead. So Sableye is kind of tough to deal with. It does a great job at doing neutral damage to my whole team. So what I really need to do here is set myself up for shield advantage. I think that's really important with Alolan Graveler and Lapras in the back. Now we do get a shield right there, which is beautiful. So I'm going to go ahead and actually let this one go. It's going to be a foul play. It's going to hurt, but I think I might be able to get to another one. No, I can't get to another Frenzy Plant in time. That's unfortunate, but that's okay. We can bring in Lapras right here and really start to load up on energy. We need to be careful about the potential return, as this is a Purified Sableye, so I'll just go ahead and give up a shield on the foul play, which is fine. We're going to overload just a bit, get one extra fast move in right there, and then go for the Surf, as I think they're kind of close to another foul play, and I definitely don't want to take that damage. They let the Sableye go down, and they bring in Diggersby. This is actually beautiful for us, as Diggersby completely walls my Alolan Graveler, so we're facing it against our Lapras, which is perfectly fine. I'm anticipating them potentially swapping as well, which they do right here, and they come in with Mandibuzz, so we actually have a fantastic backline right here. Thankfully, we didn't save shield or use shields on Venusaur. We just let it go down, and honestly, it was worth it because Alolan Graveler now has fantastic matchup against Mandibuzz. Lapras as well does really nice against the Alolan, or the Diggersby. So we're going to go for Rock Blast right here. We get a shield as well. I was actually surprised they shielded the Mandibuzz right there, as I was fully expecting them to save it for the Diggersby, but we'll let this foul play go as I can survive. I'm just judging the damage from the previous one, and we'll go straight for the Stone Edge right here to one-shot the Mandibuzz, which is a beautiful setup, as they can't as they can only get maybe 1 or 2 fast moves worth of energy, and then we'll just go straight for Surf as we saved it, and that is going to be a good game to my opponent. So thankfully, we let our Venusaur go down early, and it really paid off in the end game for us. Good game to my opponent. All right, moving to the next one, we got Venusaur versus the Pancake on the lead. You'll love to see it. This is a fantastic lead for us, and they do swap into Froslass. Now, I'm going to go ahead and come into Lapras on this one. I know typically you should be bringing in Alolan Graveler, but Alolan Graveler really can't put a lot of pressure on the Pancake, and the Pancake can just fully farm it down, whereas Lapras right here, with Surf damage and Ice Shards, if I win this mid-game, which I'm going to look to do, I can at least apply more shield pressure on the back end. So they decide to let the first Surf go through, which is fine. I'll go ahead and shield this next charge move. It's probably going to be an Avalanche, but if it's Shadow Ball, which it is, that's actually a beautiful setup for us, as I can overload just a tad right here and go for the Surf. This is going to take out the Froslass or get a shield, which still sets us up very, very well, and I still have a Surf loaded, which is beautiful. So we're probably going to see the Pancake come back in, but I believe I get more Go Battle lag right here, which is unfortunate. Yeah, my charge moves disappear. How fun is this? They randomly come back, which is great, so I'm going to go ahead and just throw the Surf. I don't know how much energy this Pancake has right here, but hopefully we can get to one more Surf in time. Now, again, because of that lag, I don't know how much energy they have, so I just have to let this go. We're going to bring in Venusaur, and hopefully they have a Talonflame in the back. Let's see. We're going to go ahead and bring the Venusaur, and there's another Talonflame in the back. They're always lurking in the back, and this is going to be a good game to my opponent. There's really nothing they can do right there. Just hard countered. All right. Moving in the next one, we got Lanturn on the lead. Very positive lead for us right here. We will see them swap into Alolan Sandslash. I'm going to go ahead and build up and then now swap into the Alolan Graveler here to catch the Ice Punch, as they were getting really antsy to throw it to try to catch the Venusaur, right? So now in this matchup, it's going to be tough, but thankfully Rock Blast and Volt Switch do so much neutral damage right here, and we can get to our charge moves very quickly that we're going to definitely be applying a lot of shield pressure to our opponents. So we're going to go ahead and go for one Rock Blast right here. This is likely going to get shielded, and if it does, it's fine. We have another Rock Blast ready to go. So we do get a shield, which is beautiful. We're going to go ahead and throw one more Volt Switch and throw the next Rock Blast. If they let this go, this should be able to KO, which they do, but it's not enough. So now I'm going to have to... Actually, I got lucky right there. I thought they were going to get to an Ice Punch in time, which is unfortunate, but... fortunate for me. Now we do see the Alolan Ninetales come back in, so we're going to go straight for Stone Edge right here. They might think it's a Rock Blast no shield, so I go straight for the Stone Edge. It does get shielded, which is fine. I'm going to go ahead and come in with Venusaur. Again, we're loaded on energy from the Alolan Sandslash, and I'm just going to go ahead and go for the Sludge Bomb, as I believe there was a Lanturn on the lead as well. So this Sludge Bomb, we're going to get multiple booms here, everyone. Here comes the Sludge Bomb. Boom! One shots the Alolan Ninetales, and then Lanturn comes in, and that is going to be a good game to my opponent. All right, moving to the next one, we got Venusaur versus Wigglytuff. A very positive lead for us. And what's great about this matchup is I don't really need to go for Sludge Bomb. Frenzy Plant is going to do enough damage, so I'm just going to go ahead and massively overload on energy and then go for the Frenzy Plant right here. If they let this go, it's Boom City. So here it comes, Frenzy Plant. Boom! Takes out the Wigglytuff, and then they decide to bring in Alolan Marowak, which is fine. I'm going to go ahead and swap into Lapras now. Still a decent matchup for us, and they stayed in a bit too long, but they perfectly swapped into Vigoroth here to catch the charge move. So Alolan Graveler is still looking very strong to close out the end game, but the Alolan Marowak is always deadly when it has a ton of energy. Now, thankfully for this matchup, Lapras right here can do neutral damage with the Ice Shards and Surf. So we're just going to go ahead and just throw these Surfs as quickly as we can. We're trying to get this Vigoroth out of there, as it really helps Alolan Graveler in game. They let it go through, which is perfectly fine by me. I'm going to go ahead and farm down. Now, hopefully I can get to a Surf in time, which I can. This is beautiful. Now, this is going to get the shield from Alolan Marowak, and we're going to go ahead and let the Lapras go down, as I want to save a potential switch into my Venusaur to catch a charge move if I need it, as Alolan Marowak with Fire Spin and Bone Club can spam those charge moves very quickly. So we're going to go ahead. We're just going to shield these Bone Clubs right here, and our goal is to get to 2 Rock Blasts. That should be enough to take it out. Plus, our Venusaur as well is near a Frenzy Plant, which, even though it is resisted, will still do a massive amount of damage. So they go for another Bone Club. No surprise right there. Excuse me. I'm going to go ahead and go for Rock Blast. And then we just need to do basically one or two more fast moves right here to get to another one, and they do decide to surrender, so that is going to be a good game. Very well played to my opponent. Alright, so we got Alolan Ninetales on the lead. It is going to be a Charm Alolan Ninetales, which is perfectly fine by me. Again, Frenzy Plant here does so much damage that it's looking very, very nice for us. You don't have to throw these Sludge Bombs, especially when you're on the lead. So throw the Frenzy Plant, we get a shield, which is beautiful, and we will see them go for the Weather Ball right here. So I'm going to go ahead and shield, throw one more Frenzy Plant, as they're looking to stay in, which tells me whatever's in the back is probably weak to Venusaur, so it might be a double charm team, or there may be something like Lanturn in the back, or maybe Jellicent. So we're going to go ahead, go for one more Frenzy Plant, which does get the second shield, and now we're going to go into Lapras right here. So they decide to stay in and throw a charge move. That's fine. I think it's actually only enough energy for Weather Ball, which does absolutely nothing to us. And they decide to bring in Wigglytuff. So this is 2 Charmers already. And I'm just going to go ahead and go for the Skull Bash here. Skull Bash just does so much neutral damage. It's going to allow me to get massive defensive buff, which helps out against Charm. And then we will be able to farm down, have some loaded energy for the Alolan Ninetales that's likely going to be coming back in. So I'm guessing now there might be a Talonflame in the back. That's kind of what I'm reading, considering they brought Alolan Ninetales back in, which is fine because we have Alolan Graveler right here. And it's actually going to be a Lapras in the back, which is fine as well. This is a Frost Breath Lapras, which I was kind of surprised at. Granted, Ice Shard is a legacy move, and the only way really to get it now is from a trade or an elite TM, so I don't blame them, but we're just going to bring in Alolan Graveler and close this game out. We will shield and go for Stone Edge here. Rock Blast, I don't think will do enough damage, so we're just going to do one more fast move and go for the Stone Edge to close this game out. So good game to my opponent, but running double Charm is, I would say, tough in this meta. It seems like it could run through a lot of stuff, but honestly, there are some extremely hard counters. And that is going to be a good game. So, hope you guys enjoyed today's video. This team was a lot of fun. Again, shout out to my patron, Satori, for sharing this team with us. I really loved using it, and I've had all these Pokemon for a long time now, so it's nice to just reuse a lot of stuff without having to reinvest in Pokemon that I don't have. So, like always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next